There's a heck of a lot of career advice out there. Most of it sounds like things like, work harder than anyone else or climb the corporate ladder. I've also heard network, or follow your passion, but don't rock the boat. To be honest, I feel like a lot of that advice is completely generic and lacks depth. Looking back, I really think that I wasted a lot of my 20s. I definitely had people who cared about me and tried to give me advice, but none of it really seemed to fit who I was or what I thought I should be doing. It sounded and felt flat, frankly, because it was. I tried to work my way up from a dishwasher to something better in restaurants for a few years. I got married and then stepped up into another crappy role that honestly didn't challenge me or fulfill me. For years, I was surrounded by unambitious people, working jobs that didn't offer much growth or any real sense of purpose. And here's the problem with that approach. If you ever get laid off or face something like inflation or changes in technology, you will quickly realize that you don't have the right skills to move forward. I know that because I lived it. I remember vividly coming home to my pregnant wife and telling her that I'd been fired from my assistant manager job and I had no idea how I was going to pay the rent, put food on the table, or afford our baby who was due in just a few short weeks. As time went on, I saw more and more people burning out, getting disillusioned with the grind just like I did. And it made me rethink everything. So I want to talk to you today about career advice that actually makes sense for 2024. This is the stuff that I am blessed to have learned throughout my career, but man, I wish I would have known this in my 20s and 30s. It would have changed a whole lot of things for me. If you want a successful, sustainable career while still feeling happy and accomplished without selling your soul, I'm here to help. Hey there, this is Jay Timms. I'm an organizational psychologist and a leadership expert. I've spent the last 35 years consulting for and leading for small family businesses, government agencies, and Fortune 500 companies. And I've guided thousands of executives and leaders to help them create the right environment in their workplace that's allowed them to generate really high quality results. This is me today, but back then I was lost. I didn't have it all figured out, not by a long shot. And I made a ton of mistakes, but those mistakes taught me some really valuable lessons that I want to share with you today. In this video, I'm going to break down 4 things that I've learned from, both the highs and the lows of my career. From landing my dream job to hitting rock bottom, I've been through it all. And I'll be talking about career progression and finding opportunities, fulfillment, and taking care of your mental health. So stick around, because if you're feeling stuck in life right now, this might just be the wake-up call that you need. And as always, if this is the kind of video that you're looking for to keep you ahead in your career, just comment, "I needed this," and like this video so I know and I can make more videos just like this. Lesson number 1 is the importance of emotional intelligence. If I'm being completely honest with you, early in my career, I really underestimated the power of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the awareness that you have around why you do what you do. For me, early on, it was like I was in this bumper car that either had like a broken steering wheel or no steering wheel at all. I'd put my foot down and go, but I kept bumping into things without really knowing why. I didn't understand my emotions. I didn't understand the hidden subconscious workings of my brain. And so because I didn't know what I was doing and what was going on, I couldn't really control the behaviors. Finally, I realized that the problem wasn't with others. It was with me. In my life, I have spent a significant amount of time trying to figure out why I do what I do and the hidden triggers that positively and negatively impact my behaviors. To do this, I've gone to counselors, I've sought out mentors, I've signed up for every online course that I could, and I spent years in higher education. In doing this, my eyes were open to the subconscious decisions that I made every day and the way that triggers impact the way that I react to things. What I also discovered is that once I saw these things that I was doing and I could identify the why behind it, I had massive power over myself and my ability to advance, not just in my career, but also in the relationships that I choose to form in and outside of work. With this understanding, I have been able to become a leader who has the power to create massive influence in the companies that I serve and the people that I mentor and guide. It's provided me opportunities that many others who have not spent this amount of time exploring don't get. And it's taken me to some of the most fulfilling moments of my life, simply because I was able to understand why I was feeling what I was feeling and direct that emotion and energy in a positive way. Understanding your emotions, managing them effectively, and reading and responding to the emotions of others can significantly enhance your professional relationships and your leadership capabilities. It's not about being smart or skilled in your job. Yes, that's important, but this is something different. It's about how you handle yourself and others. The sooner that you develop these skills, the better equipped that you'll be to navigate the complexities of workplace dynamics and leadership roles. Lesson number 2 is networking is about giving, not just receiving. You know, as I was preparing what I was going to talk about in this video, I misspelled the word networking. When I hovered over the word with my cursor, a definition came up in the Word document. The definition of networking that it suggested was schmoozing. In my 20s, I viewed networking as a means to an end and, really just a way to advance my career. Every chance that I would get, I'd try to put myself into a position where those in power had to notice me. At corporate dinners, I'd choose to sit next to the person who had the most power. At networking events, it was all about shaking the hands of the right people. I schmoozed. Everything that I did back then was to try to position myself so that I could gain something. I didn't care what that other person got out of the relationship or the interaction. I was simply focused on what I was going to get. As I look back on it, it was kind of annoying. What I've learned is that some of the best moments of networking have come not just because I was trying to get somewhere, but because I wanted to help someone get to where they wanted to go. When I go out of my way to try to connect with people now, my intention is to see what I can do to help them. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you, 99% of the time I get something in return, whether it be a connection for more business, an opportunity to teach, or simply just the reciprocity of a new relationship. There is almost always a return on the investment, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it to serve the people around me. Truthfully, this lesson can be applied to literally anything in your life. When you are solely focused on what's in it for me, you will never, ever be successful. However, when you turn outside yourself to ask, who can I help to become better? You create massive momentum for the other people in your life, and you create some pretty amazing things for yourself as well. When you focus on what you can offer others, you build stronger, more enduring connections that pay dividends throughout your career. Lesson number 3 is adaptability is key to longevity. If you've watched any of my videos or are a client of mine, you will have heard me say more than once, don't pick a destination, pick a direction. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is that they get in their head just this very specific destination. A certain salary, a certain position or title, certain house or toy that they're going to go get, whatever. I can tell you from my 52 years of experience in life, your life will not turn out the way that you plan. I had a meeting yesterday with a young man who's incredibly determined in his life, and he has created very, very specific targets and goals. He knows how much money he'll make, how much money is going to be in his account and when, what his title is going to be, and at what age that he's going to make his first million. This kid's 15. Never let it be said that I stood in the way of greatness, but my greatest fear for this young man is that he is setting himself up for disappointment. The only constant in life is change, and this is especially true in the professional world. Industries evolve, new technologies emerge, and economic landscapes shift. My journey from a dishwasher to a director was anything but a direct path. It was this twisting, turning with huge ups and even bigger downs path that seemed more like a roller coaster than a path. This journey has taught me the importance of staying flexible and learning to pivot when necessary. Embracing change and being willing to step out of your comfort zone to learn new skills or enter new fields are crucial for long-term success. Lesson number 4 is to define your own success. One of the most empowering realizations that I've had is that success is a personal definition. Many of you will have heard me talk about my dream board that I had in my 20s. It was all the worldly ideals of what success was plastered all over this board. Money, cars, boats, planes, etc. I adopted what others thought was success as my definition of success. If you've done this, you have got to stop. You are never going to accomplish someone else's dream for you. And even if you do, you will never be happy because it wasn't your dream to start. I spent so much of my life comparing myself to others and trying to hit their levels of success. I really wasted a lot of time and energy because it wasn't really what I wanted. It was just what the world told me I should want. True fulfillment comes from aligning your career with your personal values and passions. It's about setting goals that resonate with you and measuring success on your own terms. These 4 lessons have been pivotal in shaping not just my career, but also how I mentor and develop other leaders. It's something that if I had the ability, I would totally go back and share with my younger self, but I can't. So I just wanted to share it with you in hopes that it makes a difference in your life. Listen, I want you to have a successful career and to get there as quickly as possible, but you're not going to do it by following that flat advice that everyone gives. You have to really understand what drives you as a person, go out of your way to forget yourself and find ways to help others, be adaptable along the way because you're going to need it, and decide what success means to you. Some of the happiest people that I've met in my life do not have what the world would call success, but they have what they define as success. Go out and get it for yourself. Another way that you can continually get advice tailored to you and your needs is through a really cool feature on my website, jtims.com. We've installed an AI chat feature that allows you at any time to go and type in a question and get an answer on literally any topic. There's no limits on what you can ask or how many times you can ask it. Everything that I have learned over the last 30 years in leadership and organizational psychology has been uploaded to this bot. Think of it as your own personal organizational psychologist on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Again, that's on my website at jtims.com. I hope you found this video valuable. If you think it could help someone else, please share this video with them. And if you're serious about leveling up your career and leadership skills to become a true leader of impact, make sure you subscribe to this channel. You'll get exclusive insights and advice to help you grow that you won't find anywhere else. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn for more content. You'll find the links to my profiles in the description below. We'll talk to you soon.